playing at least 8 games for a high school. Now, a young player playing this small football because playing fields available in the areas where they are playing, staying, is non-existent. If you take, for instance, in Okahanja, you would go on the main field and play in the afternoon or whatever. If that is not in the location somewhere, there's an open space where you will have a match or whatever from that section and this section. We used to play a Gamaranama type of soccer in Okahanja. You go to that side and you play that match there. The other day, you guys are coming. Other day, you guys are playing against the colors. We had those type of things because that's where we are living. So today's young players, firstly, there is no field of practicing for them because they must be paid when they go practice. So maybe 10 games that this guy is having. Good player. Now he comes to African Stars to play for African Stars. So basically, quality-wise, this person must learn football in the first division of Premier League. And that is the lack that you see when you go to the field. You see, there's a good player, but he lacks purely, not only experience, he lacks talent. His own talent, he lacks his own talent. He's not improving his own talent. He's not strong enough in the legs. He's a youngster. He's maybe 19, 18 years old. But if you see him, he looks like a boss on the field. So when he's boss on the field, there's no discipline in the player. When I'm hearing sometimes from the people, when you replace them, you must not please him. When you are on the bench, you must please him. When you take the players to a game, you must please them. So today's game for the players, it's more pleasing games from the management. That's how I see it. I don't know what the managers are saying. It's more pleasing the player in order to perform. Those years we had a love for the game and for the team. If these things are not there, basically, you're not part of it. If you love the game, you will play for any team without any problem. If you love the team, then you will come back to your team and you will play there. Because that is what we are doing. Today, my love for spoilers is still there. It's still there, but I cannot play football, unfortunately. My love for everything is there. Because that love must be there from the player. Now, today's players, the love is maybe money, maybe how they are treated. There's no loyalty. I don't have, you see, when you are loyal to yourself, you need to develop yourself and say, I would be one day, let me just go outside and be a Messi in Namibia. And therefore, I'm working. You would see when we are having a tournament those years, you will see the Umatis brothers on the road, not with the team. You will see Fosi running his kilometers or whatever. You will see African Stars in camp. They will see them running from Lions Motors to wherever. You understand? Okay. That discipline to get yourself ready. And if you miss the Lions Motors, you know that basically you will be on the bench. You will be on the bench. So these are the things that we're having. But after the Chenubu, may his soul rest in peace, wasn't a good runner, long distance, but he will come. But you need him on the field.
He was very lazy when he comes to running long
distance. Yes, very lazy, but he will come and he will do. But when it's a speed came on the running, he was the first. And on the field, he will show you what he can do. So those are the things that were happening that they will have a team. Maybe the training methods were not there. They were maybe just this type of training methods. But it kept the players very fit and kept them for 90 minutes on the field.
Now, Doc, almost more than 3 decades of independence, we still don't have a professional league in Namibia, and we've been surpassed by countries like Botswana. The majority of our players are playing in the Botswana league. And if you look at the South African league, the best players there are Namibians, Shalulile, Anamo, Otto, you name them. Over the years, I think we have a challenge. What would you say, what should be done to get our league to that level of fully professionalism?
Carlos, there are two things that are, let me just say first one thing. Money is the issue. Those places you have mentioned are having the means of money. I don't know how they have gone that they are having the money. South Africa, we know they are sitting on the multiple internationals and whatever, and that can sponsor them the way they are sponsoring. Namibia is a small country with the economy that we are in. The type of money that players will be demanding because they are playing for, say, national team, they are comparing themselves with whoever is somewhere playing for South Africa. These guys for camping, they're getting this, they're getting it. Now, we must give them the same type of treatment. But you don't understand that maybe your standard, even if without prejudice, I'm just mentioning names. Shalulile is a very good player. You must pay him what he's maybe getting on that side when he's this side. But now we are taking a player ABC from chess. Now you put him in. The standard of player for Shalulile and standard of playing for this player in the national team is not the same. But now they must earn the same money. And if not, then there is a problem. Now that mind basically is the one that is killing us. Money is the one that is killing. Now how do we go about to make money? I think it's a very long story. It's somewhere that we must go and say, maybe we must make a sports foundation whereby people must invest money. Because there are a lot of companies that are putting in money that are saying today, we know from the previous line of putting in money, people who are having businesses, where the white people, they will be putting money into rugby. Rugby now is dominated by other people. Rugby does not have money. Who is not putting in? The person that is having the business is not putting in the money. So the sports itself is not in a position to generate the resources that we are saying that they need. There's no way that you will have a sport that will generate the resources that the players need in order to compete with the other side that they are getting. When you pay the national team, we're just talking about the national team players. When you pay a national team player $100, you must pay the ladies $100. In order to be equal in pay them. So if you don't do that, it's a problem. It's a problem. Those people have a problem. They don't want to play because they are not being treated equal. So that equal is a problem. With performance and what you are putting in and what you are getting, it's very difficult. You create equal play, but you don't put in equal. That is the biggest problem. I think there's a way that one can sit down and say, what can we do in order to get the money in the sports so that we can pay the players what they want? Because players today are not in the teams that we think where they are. Maybe they are outside where the second divisions are playing. But are they getting enough exposure on the field where they are? If we take back, many players were coming from outside for the big teams. You can name them for the big teams. They're not from the Central, they are not from Keetmanshoop, they are not from Walvis Bay. It's mostly the imports that were coming in from other places that were the good players there. Now, the players are basically outside there. Now, how do you maintain the systems there? Because that is the system that must be maintained so that it can produce, because that's the actual fabric. If that fabric is not manufacturing the players, you cannot have the good thing. Now, all of them, if they are having a good 2 shots or whatever, they want to come to Windhoek. They want to come to and play somewhere here and end up in maybe a losing streak. Because he cannot be supported. He's not having a place to stay. money is not coming because the pay is not there. What. Now he thinks, I'm lost here. So many talent because of the money issue are being lost in that area. I think if we sit down and look for money, how can we get the money? And create a sports foundation and put in money, all these investors that are around here, all companies that are around here, if you can sell a national idea to them and say, we need to develop a sport in order to alleviate unemployment. Because when you are having good sports programs, you will have people that are working for them. I don't know even today, African Stars, how many people are working for African Stars on someone's cost, but not generating the resources. African Stars is not generating the resources that it needs to resource the players or maintain the system of African Stars. Now, if there is a pot which will say we are having these things so that when African Stars is playing in the Premier League, you get the resources. You know what they are doing in England when you are promoted to the higher division. You get a chunk of money in order to maintain yourself into the system. Here you are from Epokiro, you are promoted to the Premier League. You come as you are. You come here and you compete with African Stars that is established into this system, and you are competing. 2-3 games you are bombarding African Stars, and then you are missing. You don't turn up for the match in game also. You don't turn up for the game in Okahanja because of resources. And that is the big problem that we are sitting with. If we can address the issue of the resources, I'm not saying everybody must get the millions that is there, but at least a standard type of resourcing so that the Football Association can say, I'm in charge of these things.
Talking about resources and money, there is this Stone Age culture of community clubs. Now, if one has to look back, most of the successful teams are clubs that are owned or that have been taken over by people with deep pockets. And look at Black Africa today. Same is happening to Orlando Pirates. These are big clubs, and it's very painful when you watch them going the way things are going now. 11 Arrows have been relegated to won the league, I think that in 1991, if I'm not mistaken, one of the top clubs. So, what would you say for the club to be sustainable? I think the culture, this old Stone Age culture of community clubs, the community have a say, but they don't put money into the clubs.
It's a sad story that you're mentioning there, but I think it also stems from the money issue. You get in someone that is having resources today that cannot sustain those resources. You mentioned Orlando Pirates, it's the same story. You mentioned KKBA, it's the same story. 11 Arrows, same story. Someone with a big bag of money comes in and says, now I'm in charge, I will get what. And that bag of money, dry up. And then you have created something here that you cannot maintain. Expectations. When you are advising people, they don't listen to you. I have witnessed the building up of TDS. I've witnessed the building up of Westfield. I was the president when BA wanted to build a stadium. I just said, Joseph Martin was running around. I said, Joseph Martin, please don't go away. Don't move on with this project stadium. Try and get yourself a training field, which you can build up to and whatever. Because the playing fields for competitions, it's not a problem. Now you want to build a stadium which you cannot maintain. Because you are having problems with the team already. Now you want to go get a place where you can have coming together, because you are having a good team. When the team is winning, you come together. That is where you are grooming the team's existence. I was the chairperson. He went and could convey the message. He was swearing at me. Who the hell does he think? That Herero boy or whatever. What is it that's telling us to do these things? However, what happened to that place today? Someone else's place. Tiger's place, what happened to that? Because we want to build a stadium. Where is the Real Madrid playing? Where is Real Madrid? It's a Monisbos, the arrangement. Where is Bayern Munich playing? They don't own these things. They play there.
Same with Chelsea.
Same with Chelsea. They play at the stadium that exists for them having rights to do those things. Now, we're having 8 teams against the central that can play in the Independence Stadium or the Semina Stadium. That is other people's thing. Now you want to build a stadium because you see those things. And that is the mentality that we are sitting with. We want to emulate what the others are doing without knowing what the cost, what the real cost,
the consequences.
Yeah. So I'm very much sorry for what is happening. As I've said, I've got a big issue that the historically all teams are dying in this way. We can go back and say Hungry Lands, where is it? You can go back Germans. You can go back and say Surrender Parks. All the Robert Chandis, Rangers from Chuna. Maybe they are still there. Chelsea. Great teams.
Yeah.
And it's because of these things that we don't build something that is there for the team. We just go into the car, go play, and then we come back, oh, we won, and then end of the story. We don't build the things. Not building is a problem. We must build it. Get a place where you can say, this is where we must at least train, or this is the place where we come together. When we are happy, when we are sad, we come here because we have lost someone, or we have someone is sick, one of our players. We don't go to the street and say, what I say, come together at our place where we are coming together, and that's how you build it from there. Small. One of the best services today is the DTS field. The playing field. It's one of the best playing fields. I have not seen for a couple of months SKW because that was one of the best. Yeah. The surface. And it's small building with other entities that are making the money for you for that type of arrangement. We are basically having a football, netball at the most. If you are adding something, we don't even have other things that are coming. It's just football, and netball that we are talking about. Netball in clubs, I don't know whether it exists. Maybe it's other entities to nowadays. African Stars was having a good netball team. BA was a strong netball. Tigers was having a strong. Orlando Pirates was having strong netball teams. They were there.
Now, back in the day, most of the teams, second teams, which served as fitters, even for some Indian players when they're recovering, to come back, they start playing in the second team, and then that thing is gone now with the emergence of youth academies. Now,